Greetings, fellow mammals. The Vector, or K30, is an insanely fast-firing SMG you receive once you reach level 53. Here's my loadout for it, more on that in a moment. And we will of course have to talk about why I placed it in S tier all those weeks, actually months ago. That could very well be outdated. We will see. Ammo-wise, we have 3 different options. Standard, pretty good, then high power, instantly obvious this is not worth it, and subsonic, which is essentially a slightly worse version of standard with the fire rate from high power. But all in all, this is still a pretty good performance for a specific setup some of you are maybe already anticipating just from looking at this. But apart from that, it should be obvious why standard is the main pick. A 50 round drum magazine, best performance and less recoil. There is just no argument for high power at all. So here we go, 50 round drum, 40 round stick and subsonic in the back. Since this weapon is only really intended for 50 meters maximum, the tactical doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so I would go for the Warhawk. In the second slot, as some might have expected earlier, we want the Type 4 suppressor. Because yes, a full stealth build with this suppressor and subsonic ammo is actually somewhat viable on this weapon. It's not the best stealth build weapon out there, but it's okay. And the performance is also not affected up to 50 meters. The downside is the magazine size of just 30 rounds. But if you can make that work, it can be quite fun. If you want some stealth with standard ammo, you could also just keep using the Type 4, but then again just for 50 meters. If you want stealth without the decline in performance, then the Wrapped will work better. For the bottom we got our 3 regular picks, LWG for me, LS1 for some and Bipod for the peculiar types. Using the fastest firing SMG in the game with a Bipod is certainly a choice, but you do you. On the top, same as always, red dot, thermal, 4x switchable. And this is the moment I'd like to mention that the K30 is another weapon that has a specific skin that arguably improves the red dot. In this instance, that skin would be the Stinger. You can see it in the gameplay in the background here and there. Although I do have to mention that in certain situations the reticle is almost too small and certainly too dim. But losing the top bar and thinning out the rest does help with clarity, so it's a win some, lose some type of situation. Pick your poison, I guess. And that's it for the loadout. S tier, Well, I know why I put it there long ago, but the K30, like so many other weapons, has been through the ringer. It still holds up surprisingly well after all the nerfs, but I don't think it's worthy of S tier anymore. I would never mind playing with this weapon if you'd asked me to, but if I wanted the best SMG, I'd probably go for something else. So A tier sounds reasonable, right? Still a very enjoyable gun. And that's it for today. Let me know in the comments which weapon you'd like to see covered next, and until then, I will see you on the battlefield. Sorrow out.